Hi there, Jamie Good here. I'm here on a chilly winter's morning in Stellenbosch, South Africa, at Lavenir Estate, and I'm here to judge Chenin Blanc. It's the Standard Bank Top 10 Chenin Blanc competition. I'm just going to go and join the judges, and we're probably going to taste about 70 or 80 Chenins today.
Where does this Chenin Blanc challenge fit in the South African landscape? In its current incarnation, it's 3 years old, but it dates in some ways all the way back to '96, when Wine Magazine launched it along with Michael Fridgen, who was a driving influence, because there was a feeling that we had this resource that was going underutilized, and that if we didn't act and do something to uplift the image of the variety, then it wouldn't be any left. We've come a long way since then. I think Chenin now is well established. You might even call it South Africa's signature grape. And I think the challenge of judging the category is that it is so good across the board and manifests itself in so many different styles. So, taking a view on which style should predominate is quite tricky, but that's a really nice problem to have.
Thanks, that's good. And how are you enjoying leading because you're the chair, obviously, so how are you enjoying the process, the judging process? It's robust, it's good? Yeah,
it's great. It's a 5-person panel. I prefer a 5-person panel over a 7-person panel. I think there's too much of an averaging effect with bigger panels. We're having some robust debate and some interesting exchange for ideas. But Chenin's great fun to judge because just about all the wines are above a certain minimum level of quality. So you're not ploughing through lots of dross. It's actually, you can't wait to get to the next wine because they're all pretty good.
What's your impression of the quality level? It's pretty good.
Very good. I mean, to the point where I sometimes wonder whether we've gone from this kind of Cinderella grape to it now being a sort of a love affair where we sort of a bit blinded by how good it is. But I don't think so. I think I think there's enough outside affirmation from the likes of you, Jamie, Tim Atkin, et al. That to suggest that it really is, a world-class category.
Thank you.
So I've been judging Chenin Blanc for 2 years now, and as a staunch Chenin supporter, of course I look forward to judging every year. But I've seen, even just in the 2 years that I've been judging, a huge leap in quality of the wines that have been submitted. For someone who does travel a fair amount internationally and looking for that wine or style that's going to make South Africa famous, I really get excited when I taste Chenin Blancs because it's something that I can take abroad with me and show with pride wherever I go.
So obviously this is your first time judging this competition. What's your impression so far?
It's been dynamic. I think it's quite varied in the styles of wines we're getting, from fruity tutti to the oxidative ones, which I think should get a bit of a look into. Because I think in today's kind of restaurant scene, they work well with food, so I think they're worth a shot, and they have to be expressed much more. But again, I think it's just the diversity of Chenin which has been exciting. It's good for everyone. every style and every options are there. So I think it's just a matter of which style you prefer. But on a judging point of view, I think every style needs a decent review on its own, and not like Chenin in a whole mixed bowl as everyone would put it. I think it's stylistically different in every opinion has to matter.
And you think that these oxidative style wines can work quite well with food?
Very much, very much. I work with top class restaurants at the moment, and I think they really deserve much more attention than they're getting now.
Thank you.
So.
That's great. So I have a break in judging. This is the second morning. We've been judging about 30 wines this morning. It's much better than yesterday. Yesterday was a bit stormy. Today it's beautiful blue skies, nice winter's day here in Stellenbosch. And the wines have been really good. We're faced with a diversity of styles here when we judge, and so one of the challenges is awarding all the different sorts of styles and treating them all fairly, even though they're quite different. One of the discussions we've been having is whether the simple fruity unoaked style could actually be a top 10 Chenin Blanc, or are they just a bit too simple? Is a latest release sort of unoaked style ever going to have the intensity and complexity that will get it a top 10 place? The problem is if you give one of those berths in the top 10 to a fruity unoaked style, then you're kicking something potentially more serious, made from better vineyards, older vines, out of the competition. So this is a big challenge. And one of the other discussions we've been having is about oxidative wines. You know, the more oxidative, naturally made style. Do those wines fit in here as well? I personally quite like them, but some of the other judges are penalising them. So it's a really interesting discussion that we've been having. So tell me about your experience. First time you're judging here, top 10?
Yes, it's my first time. I was, unfortunately, last year I was caught up and I couldn't, so I was really looking forward to be a part of it this year. And because Chenin is now one of our calling cards and people are talking about it all over the world, it's quite, well, I feel quite privileged to be a part of it and to taste through them first thing in the morning and to see that there's so many good quality wines. And you know, the standout wines are wines that's really gutsy and creative, so yeah.
And what's your feeling about the different styles that we're encountering?
Styles, I think winemakers are, with all the diversity we've got, I think that winemakers are starting to put their own thumbprint on wines. They're being creative enough, but I think they have extremely good fruit to work with. And it comes through in many different styles. And the judges so far is quite on par on what they like.
And have you enjoyed it so far?
Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm quite looking forward to the battle of the best wines to see where we're going to end up. Yeah.
Brilliant, thanks.
Cool.
So much more fun tasting Chenin than a couple of other varieties that shall go out.
So, it's the final round. We've got about 30 wines to judge. Very exciting. Last morning, so we're going to pick the top 10 out of these wines.